Kill power to the machine, that individual machine. To release the e-stop, you're going to turn the button to the right. Okay, and it's spring loaded. So as soon as you turn it to the right, it pops out. Now I can actually press this middle button down here to provide power to the machine. Okay, you'll notice that this switch has lit up. That means there's power to the machine. If I e-stop it again, no more power. So I gotta release the e-stop, provide power to the machine. Now the green button jogs our spindle or our chuck. Okay, so you can see what kind of speed the machine's gonna run at. Okay, that's all it is a jog button. Everybody good so far? The last button on this little control panel is our coolant. Okay, I have coolant in the lathe, and it feeds from our coolant basin down here at the bottom, feeds it up to our cutter if we want to apply coolant to our cutter. You're going to be cutting aluminum with carbide. Generally, we don't use coolant when cutting aluminum with carbide. Okay? So we don't really have to worry about that. So if I ever have to turn the machine off quickly, e-stop. Okay, everybody understand that? So that's method number one. To turn the machine on, there's a handle right here on the side of our carriage.
Teacher, please excuse the interruption. Please put your red and blue bins outside your classroom door. This time we have students coming around the house. Thank you.
So you always want to take this handle. You gotta pull it out and up to turn it on. Okay? So, picture my finger as being the carbide cutter, and this is my workpiece. We want it to rotate so it's hitting down on top of that cutter. Okay? This is the rotation we want. It's gonna hit down on top of that cutter. But if I take my handle here, put it in the neutral position, but then move it down, that's a reverse. So here's my cutter. Instead of going down on top of the material or on the cutter, I'm going up and hitting on the bottom side of that carbide. Guess what it's going to do to my carbide? Smash it. Okay? You're going to make a mistake, and then I'm going to be upset with you because it's about a $20 carbide. Okay? So you always want to position or turn the lathe on, not down, because that's reverse, up. Okay? So looking at this lathe right now, I'm in low range. So if I look at my speed selector dial, I'm at 325 RPM. Let's say I wanted to spin this a lot quicker. I'm going to take this handle, put it into high range. Now when I turn it on, it's going to be spinning at 1,000 RPM. So handle up. Okay, that's 1,000 RPM. So you can just imagine the amount of damage that would happen if you put your body parts by that thing spinning at 1,000 RPM, right? So very important to keep your hands away from that revolving tool. There's a second method that you can use to stop this machine very quickly. But again, I don't want you to use it unless it's an emergency. So my lathe is turned on. And let's say I'm cutting out here as the operator and something bad's happening, like maybe running this compound rest into my chuck. If I don't have access to quickly grab the e-stop, foot pedal. Okay? But I only want you using this foot pedal if it's an emergency. Why? Because they don't last very long. The students abuse these things. Okay? It's only there for an emergency. If you wanted to stop the machine because you're done your cut, take this handle and put it down in the neutral position. Let it decelerate. Okay? Do we understand that? Good. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to learn a little bit more about the different mechanisms or the main parts of the lathe. But understand this is your revolving tool. That's what's going to cause the damage. Okay, any questions so far? Okay. So going back to our PowerPoint,